If you've had a credit card for any period of time, you've undoubtedly gotten an email like this one. It's from your credit card company and it's urging you to click here to accept this great promotional rate. If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering whether or not you should click that button, so let's go ahead and answer that question. Before we do, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you can stay up to date on all the latest pursuing points credit card content. So before I can explain whether or not you should accept such an offer, why don't we talk about what an APR actually is. APR stands for annual percentage rate, and it is more or less the amount that you will owe in interest on your credit card for debt that you carry over month to month. So in a given month, let's say your billing cycle is 30 days, what the bank is going to do is take your APR and divide it by 365 days to get your daily periodic rate. They're then going to take that daily periodic rate divided by the number of days in the billing cycle, in this case 30, and then they're going to take that number and multiply it by your balance owed. This is how much interest you will be charged if you don't pay off the full amount of your balance once the statement cycles. TLDR, lower is better. As in, the lower your interest rate, the less money you'll have to pay in interest should you be charged any. So in the example screenshot from earlier, I was being offered a 4.99% APR on my Marriott Bonvoy Boundless credit card. Now, this is the credit card that I use to get VIP access at Madison Square Garden to things like Post Malone concerts and Jennifer Lopez and Justin Timberlake, etc. I've posted a little bit about it on my Instagram, but I've never done a video about it on YouTube. If that sort of redemption is something that you're interested in hearing me talk a little bit more about, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know. So my normal APR on that card is 17.99%. In order for us to see how much I would have saved at 4.99%, we have to come up with some numbers that we can punch into a calculator, and it'll let us know how much interest we would have paid normally and how much we would have paid with the new promotional rate. In my case, what I decided to do is say I owe $2,000 and I'm making a payment of $100 a month. With a $2,000 balance, paying $100 a month at a 17.99% APR, it would take me 24 months, 2 years to pay off this balance, and in total I would pay just under $400 in total interest. Now with that same balance and same payment schedule, but a 4.99% APR, it would take me 21 months to pay off the balance, so we're doing good there, we've saved 3 months so far, and it would cost me just under $100 in total interest. Using the valuations provided by the Points Guy in his most recent valuation guide, a single Marriott point is worth 0.8 cents. Now, I actually believe I get a little bit more than 0.8 cents in value because of those premium redemptions I was talking about a little bit earlier. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go with the publicly available number that we can all sort of look at. So this card earns 2x on all purchases, and so that means at $2,000 in spend, I would have earned 4,000 points, and at 0.8 cents per point, those would be worth $32. Uh-oh, so that doesn't sound good, right? I earned $32 in rewards, but I paid $92 in interest, and that's on the promotional rate, let alone if I had to pay the 17.99%. And one thing I didn't mention with this card is that, of course, it has an annual fee, which is only going to further exacerbate the consequences of carrying this debt, but we can talk a little bit more about that later. At the end of the day, even if these points were worth 2 or even 3 points per dollar, in some cases, we still wouldn't be able to break even. So we can look at another example, which is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which is, of course, probably the most popular card on this channel. If you haven't seen my video for the 5 reasons why you shouldn't sign up for it, be sure to check that out. Anyway, with that card, a friend of mine who has it sent me an email asking, should I accept this promotional offer from Chase? It's for 6.99% APR on my reserve. Now, using the example that we came up with earlier, $2,000 in spend, $100 a month in payments, and a 6.99% APR, it'll take us 22 months to pay off, and we will pay just over $130 in interest. Now in this case, the Points Guy actually says these are worth 2 cents per point. And of course, some people can go higher, some of you may have to go lower if you redeem for cash, for example, but 2 cents seems like a good number. And in that case, $2,000 in spend would result in basically $40 worth of value, right? 1x per point on the reserve, you spend $2,000, you have 2,000 points, they're worth 2 cents. Now, even if you spend all that money, the $2,000 in a bonus category, right, restaurants or travel, now you have 6,000 points and it's worth $120. No matter what, right, you're still underwater in terms of you owe more than you've received in value. So what's the bottom line here, right? Like I've given you a few examples, and of course, the numbers you choose and the payment method or schedule that you're on will determine a lot of the actual concrete numbers. But the overarching theme here, the message that I want to deliver is that promotional rate or not, if you are paying interest on your rewards credit card, chances are exceedingly likely that you are negating almost all of, or frankly, all of the benefits that you're getting from those products. And so what this means is that when you receive this email, right, 4.99, 6.99, whatever it may be, ask yourself, what is the underlying goal of the financial institution? Right? The bank's goal is to get you to spend more money, because in the back of your mind you're saying, well, I can spend this money because now it's cheaper, right? Where before I would have had to pay an 18% tax on this debt, now I only have to pay a 6.99% tax. The problem is that the value we place on these products is in the rewards that they give us for continued use and in paying off the balance each month. I, for one, have never paid a penny in credit card interest, and I don't plan to do so, right? Because to do so would negate all of the good things that come with owning such a product. Now, is it bad to accept such an offer? No, it's not. And so what that means is if you're worried about accepting a promotional offer because you're worried about the impact it might have on your credit score, which will be none, or you're standing with the bank, don't worry about it, right? If you'll sleep better knowing that you have a 6.99% APR, should something happen, by all means, go ahead and accept it. But just know that should you have to rely on that in the future, it very well may wipe out all of the benefits that you've been working towards with your rewards credit card. Anyway, that's all for today's video. This was a short one. I'm interested in exploring this shorter video topic thing in the future, which means I need more of your questions. So leave a comment, ask a question, let me know what you'd like to hear me talk about, and I'll see you in the next video.